Cleanse, manifest, and rise and repeat. You better cleanse, manifest, and rise and repeat. You better
Cleanse, manifest, and rise. 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 I can do this with my eyes closed. Stay woke, they telling lies, though. Earth angels on the rise, yo. Manifest a new life, bro. Cleanse your soul from strife, though. Cleanse your soul from strife.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It go all the way up to 9. And if numbers make the world go round, then who the hell am I? Ask them why they lie. They sing you a lullaby. Reflections like who am I? Cleanse before you arrive. Don't forever confuse your little baby for what's mine. Never going to comply.
Never gonna lay
Gotta
down.
stand for something.
Stand for
If
something,
you stand
for
for
anything.
nothing, that's what you manifest.
Nothing.
So that's why I'm protecting everything that's mine, especially my mind.
Cleanse, manifest, and rise. 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 Welcome, you guys. Welcome back to Wounded Healers Podcast. I am your host, Honey the Priestess. In this episode, we are going to take a look at father wounds. Okay, this is going to be a comprehensive overview of understanding father wounds. So if you didn't already check out the podcast for the comprehensive overview for mother wounds, you guys either, when you're done this one, go and check that one out, okay? Because you can't do one without the other, okay? Yin and yang, masculine, feminine, balance. All right? So just take a moment to reflect, okay? And just think about, as you navigate through life, right? It is not uncommon to encounter emotional scars that can be traced back to your relationship with your father. All right? These wounds are often referred to as father wounds. And father wounds can manifest in various different forms. It can influence your self-esteem. It may influence your interpersonal relationships and your overall emotional well-being. Understanding these wounds is crucial for your personal growth and healing. All right, so first let's start at, what are father wounds? Father wounds, they stem from unmet emotional needs or negative experiences during your formative years, particularly in relation to your father or a father figure. This term encompasses a range of experiences, including emotional neglect, abuse, abandonment, or even the absence of a father altogether. Such wounds can lead to feelings of inadequacy, resentment, and difficulty in trusting others, often impacting your adult relationships and your self-perception. So, recognizing the signs. Identifying the presence of father wounds in your life is the first step toward healing. Some signs that you may have some father wounding may be low self-esteem, okay? You may struggle with feelings of worthlessness or inadequacy, often comparing yourselves unfavorably to others. Fear of intimacy. You might find it challenging to form close relationships and bonds, and you fear being vulnerable due to rejection. Another one is anger and resentment. So lingering feelings of anger towards your father or male authority figures can create internal conflict and affect your emotional health. Perfectionism. You may hold yourself to unrealistically high standards in an attempt to gain approval or validate your own self-worth. You may have difficulty in setting boundaries. You're going to struggle with asserting yourself or maintaining personal boundaries in relationships. This can stem from a lack of paternal guidance. So because you didn't have that paternal guidance, that male force energy around you, right, in your earlier years, then you may find yourself struggling with asserting yourself in a way where it's necessary in order to protect yourself. You may find it difficult to speak up and voice yourself, or utilize your throat chakra in situations where you know you should, you know you're supposed to, but you're just finding it difficult to do it. You're gonna find a hard time maintaining or putting up personal boundaries, because you're gonna have a hard time even understanding what your boundaries are or supposed to be. And then you're also gonna have a hard time accepting that you have to put these boundaries up. So the impact of father wounds, let's talk about that. The effects of father wounds can ripple through various aspects in your life. In relationships, you might find yourself repeating unhealthy patterns, such as choosing partners who replicate the dynamics of your parental relationship. In your career, feelings of inadequacy can hinder your ability to pursue opportunities or assert your skills. Recognizing these patterns is essential in breaking the cycle and fostering healthier dynamics. But there is a path to healing, you guys. There is a path to healing. Healing from father wounds is a deeply personal journey, and it requires introspection and often professional guidance. So don't sleep on the professional guidance, y'all. Do yourselves a favor. Do yourselves some justice. Like, it's time for y'all to really, self-care is your number one priority this year. Don't play with me. Self-care is your number one priority this year. Don't play with me. Like I said, okay? For my wounded healers, if y'all watching this, I understand y'all struggle. So I'm not going to play with y'all. I'm going to hold y'all accountable this year, because I love y'all and I know that y'all deserve it. All right? Even if you can't, understand that you deserve it yet. You going to see soon enough. All right, so some steps that you can take to healing is to acknowledge your feelings. All right. Allow yourself to feel and express any emotions associated with your father wounds. Recognizing your pain is going to be the first step towards healing. So a lot of times when we experience pain and we have these thoughts or whatever, again, we quickly exit these thoughts, or we quickly try to push them down. We don't want to play the blame game. We don't want to make it seem like we're blaming our father. We don't want to make it seem like we're hateful. We don't want to make it seem like, anything. We don't want to make it low vibrational. They say honor your mother and your father. That's cool. We doing that. But also we got to honor ourselves. And we got to honor the place in us where we've been wounded. Even if it is by our parents. And it's okay to say it and to speak that. Our parents were not able to speak on certain things that they've experienced. A lot of things we still don't know. We will never know what our parents experienced. But it's a new time. It's a new day. It's a new age. And it's a totally new generation. And we have tools now. We have spiritual agility and spiritual strength, spiritual insight now that our parents at the time didn't have. So now we are able to set the stage and set the tone and set the example for the generations that come behind us, and we can do things differently. Now we can open up and we can express, we can talk about where we've been wounded and hurt, because when it comes time for us to counsel our grandchildren, see, our parents are not always going to be around, and neither will we, but we got to be able to get to a point where we can leave some things behind for our children. And not just monetarily, some wisdom, words from the wise, some things that even when we're gone, our children are going to be able to remember. They're going to hear the whispers of our voices, and they're going to be able to let their children know. They're going to be able to pass the messages along from their ancestors, because at some point we are going to be the ancestors. Y'all know that, right? So it's very important. Don't sleep on healing. Don't sleep on healing these father wounds and these mother wounds, especially if you are a parent, especially if you are in a relationship, in a marriage, or that's what you seek. Because in order to do it differently, in order to be successful, you got to be willing to do some different things, y'all. We cannot keep repeating generational cycles and expecting for different results? Who's going to be the one to step up and say, all right, you know what? Those who before me tried it this way, or at one point I tried it this way, let me try it this way now. Or, okay, you know what? I've seen it always been done this way. I never really seen anybody do it this way. Let me try it this way. And you never know how that could work. You never know how things might turn out for you. Y'all, just, again, don't sleep on this healing journey. Don't sleep on this healing stuff. It's not a game. It's not a joke at all. If you take it as a joke, your damn life gonna be a joke. Keep taking it as a joke all you want to. You are gonna be the joke. But I love y'all. I know y'all not a joke. And I know that y'all can do this, and I know y'all want to. But you might just need a little push. You might need to know that. You might need some confirmation to let you know that you do have father wounds, that you do have mother wounds, and that it is okay, and that is a path to healing it. And this does not mean you don't have to reject your parents because of this. Everybody's situation is different, so some people's situations are more extreme than others, and some people are very in their truth and speaking what they've been through. With their childhood traumas or adult or any wound that has been like from their parents. Some people are very much in their truth. And, I just want to help more of us step into that truth, because the more authentic we are in our truth and our journeys and the things that we've experienced, the more we cultivate a genuine, authentic life and a genuine, authentic connections. And again, especially if you have loved ones as such as like partnerships and children, and just it goes beyond that too, other extended families. Again, it's gonna be different for everybody, so take it how it resonates. But healing is very, very important. You got to seek professional help. You have to practice self-compassion. You got to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, and acknowledge that your experiences do not define your worth. So don't think that just because you've been through certain things, or you didn't, you felt inadequate in certain ways, that you're supposed to feel worthless. No, actually let it empower you. It's time to tell our story, y'all. It's time to speak. It's time to talk. That's the only thing that's going to make us feel good. Our ancestors, our parents were never able to talk. They were never able to express. We can. Let's create, y'all. Let's talk. Let's express ourselves. Let's open up. It's time. It's time. And it doesn't matter, your truth is yours to own. Do not worry about how your truth might make somebody else feel. It's not about, you're not trying to slight nobody. You're just trying to heal. All right? Establish healthy boundaries. Learn to set boundaries in your relationships. This is going to ensure that your needs are being prioritized and being respected, because you do matter. Engage in supportive communities. Connect with like-minded individuals and connect with your soul tribe. When you get to that, when you start, the more authentic that you are, and the more that you reveal your truth, who you truly are, what you truly want, where you truly come from, how you truly feel, what has happened to you, what's your story, because everybody has one. Everybody has one. The more that you do that, the more that, you open up new doors of possibilities. Because at that point, you're gonna be shifting paradigms. You're not gonna be living out of that same paradigm of fear anymore, or abandonment, or rejection, or whatever these wounds are. That you're gonna transcend beyond that timeline, and now you're gonna be able to step into the role, that you truly want to play, or that you're truly meant to play, or you're gonna be able to tap into your higher self on a totally different timeline, on a totally different in a totally different paradigm. Because I believe that that's many different aspects of ourselves. But I don't think that you can access certain parts, or how can I say this? I think in order to access certain parts of yourself, right? You know, obviously healing has to be done, because you got to go through certain thresholds. But yes, I believe that different timelines we have different selves. You know, you can tap into who you want to be. It's on many different times. You can, on this timeline, you might be a construction worker. On another one, you might be a artist, a rapper. On another one, you might be you might drive for Amazon. On the lowest level, you might work at a warehouse or nowhere at all. Like, I'm just trying to give examples, like, because the more unhealed you are, it's like, I feel like the less you truly know yourself. And so when you don't really know yourself, then it's certain things that you're going to accept that are really beyond you, really out of your league. But when you heal and you transmute and you transform certain energies, then you rise up to become, or to step into the role, step into a new role. You got more power, new power. So, this is just my beliefs, this is how I feel. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about this message down below. So, just bringing it all back together. In conclusion, addressing your father wounds is an essential aspect of personal development and emotional health. And by recognizing and understanding these wounds, you empower yourself to heal and create more fulfilling relationships. But you got to remember, the journey may be challenging, but the pursuit of healing is a testament to your resilience and your commitment to living a more balanced and authentic life. So I don't want to hear nobody say how they so real, they so raw, they so this, they so that, but you haven't even began to address your father or your mother wounds. Let's start there, because ain't none of y'all real if y'all ain't took it to the root. If y'all ain't took it to the root canal, the root cause, real where you're playing yourself and you're a joke. And I'm saying it like this because I love y'all. So it's like, look, it is what it is. We done all been there. This is wounded healers. So I don't gotta cakewalk y'all or none of that. Y'all understand. Y'all done been through plenty. So y'all know how I'm giving it to y'all. I'm giving it to y'all raw like this because I really care and I love y'all. So again, if you think that you the realest thing, rawest thing walking, and your ass ain't addressed none of your wounding, none of your trauma, you've been pushing it down, sweeping it under the rug, or out here lying to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You better stop playing. You better love yourself more than you love your fears and your vices. I love y'all. Until we meet again.